Let's go. Oh shit, let's go. We going in today. We going in, man. Barbershop Conversations is officially open, nigga. We ready, y'all. We ready.
Life's a quick with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games get played, can't take it personal.
Hey,
Cause the devil is a lie.
Hey, I'm telling you the truth. Hey, hey.
It's only what you do.
Hey,
So what you gotta do.
hey, 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 hey. Barbershop Conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button, man. So what did I see today? Oh my gosh, man. Oh man, come on. We're gonna go in for a second, man. Fasten your seatbelts, man. Fasten your seatbelts, man. Y'all see my hey, dog. I had, man, this is disgusting. This is flat out disgusting. And people are gonna run with this and say, ha ha, round of applause. Well, sit your ass down and fucking pay attention, man. First of all, I actually inspired this segment because Triple B's last fight, Mark Kriegel did the interviews. And what did I say? I said, that makes no sense. Why would Mark Kriegel do the interviews and Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley ain't getting no producer credit? So you know what happened? Evan Cornball watched every one of my videos and he said, you know what? It'll be a great idea if Andre Ward and Triple B did their own segment. It looked good, it sounded good, but they did in the middle of a fucking forest with no mention of the fight date. So guess what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna mention the fight date. You know what I mean? It's just a whole bunch of buffoonery, and we gonna tap into this shit. Andre Ward said to Terrence Crawford, what about race? What about race? Well, guess what? You know that whole segment, they never mentioned Bob Arum's name. They never mentioned ESPN. And when Terrence Crawford was about to say Dan Raphael's name, maybe ESPN, I don't know if he'll ever mention Bob Arum's name. I don't know. I'm going to do a video on that. Oh, the clip is loaded, nigga. The clip is fucking loaded because we need to expose this shit because they only want to be black when it's convenient, Mr. Ward. You only motherfucking want to be black when it's convenient. You don't want to be black when we got to march. You don't want to be black when we got to carry our motherfucking guns to state capitol and present and stand in front of Ronald Reagan and say we ain't taking this shit no more. You don't want that. You don't want that type of smoke. You don't want that type of smoke at all. You don't want that type of smoke at all. I was just talking to my boss when you call my sick days. Yeah. Anyways, man, one of my tenants gonna be late on rent, but every month it's the holiday season. December and January, they always late. Now, the point I'm making is this. The reason why you didn't speak up in your career, Andre Ward, because you were afraid. You were afraid. You want to be a 50-50 nigga. Don't forget in my interview, you said your dad was white. Stand up. Man up. Be a black man, nigga. You afraid to be. I don't like men that afraid to be black men when it's time to be black men. And the sad thing about this shit is he's not man enough. And I'm not going to use the man enough. He's not strong enough. He's not confident enough to look Terrence Crawford in the face and say, don't make the same mistakes I made. Why don't sign back with Bob Arum? Remember I signed with Dan Goosen? Remember I had to take time off? Remember I never fought the best? Remember HBO made me move up to 175 because they wouldn't offer me Triple G? Remember those days? They're not so long ago. Less than a decade ago. You understand? But no, he ain't going to tell Terrence Crawford. He's not going to mention Bob Arum's name. Both of them are afraid to mention Bob Arum's name. You're afraid. And you know what they gonna do? You know what they gonna do? They gonna blame it on me. They gonna say, oh man, Fred hating on people. Barbershop Conversations, a coon. He hating on people. No, I ain't. I'm the only nigga. I didn't see Andre Ward stand up to Steve Kim when Steve Kim called her everything but a woman. I did. I didn't see Andre Ward call BoxRec and say, change the motherfucking mugshot of Shakur Stevenson. I did. They don't want to stand up. When black men got to fight, Andre Ward gonna sit his ass down and watch ESPN. And that's a fact. Because when I asked him to be black, he realized he had that ESPN logo on his chest and said everything but I. Said everything but I. You know what he gonna use? They, we, sure, they'll. and everyone gonna protect him. Well, guess what? I'm gonna stand on my square. And thank God I don't need credentials for none of that shit. I don't need no credentials from nobody. I can get a hold of anybody I want to. Dare me. I'm glad I can speak in my authentic voice. Fuck everything. Blow the whole fucking spot up. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Andre Ward is looking himself in the face when he looks at Terrence Crawford. That's why Andre Ward never had a fight in Vegas to Sergey Kovalev. That's why he possibly never made 8 figures until he fought Sergey Kovalev. That's why he's never, ever, ever in his life sold out a crowd. He was pound for pound champion for 4 years, 3 years, and never had a sold out crowd. But some might say he sold out. You understand what I'm saying? I don't like when people are trying to be black. See, at the end of the day, the only way to have success in this world is if you are as a black man, and I say this many times, is when it's time to be black. You understand what I'm saying? And I need to cut this LED light on. Andre Ward, I haven't watched that interview yet because it was disgusting to me. For me, my humble opinion, it was disgusting. I said, Andre Ward, he said, my dad is white. Yeah, you ain't going to talk about race because you white. You don't believe you 100% black. He don't believe he's 100% black, man. He 100% black. And I can hear the echoes and shit. Well, Fred, you married an Asian woman. It doesn't take me away from being a black man. I still got to live and die as a black man. How about if I acted white? Y'all gonna call me a coon. You know what I mean? Call it how you see it. Live it how you get it, right? Get it how you live it. You know what I mean? And nothing's changing about that, man. I'm just gonna say this. They never mentioned Bob Arum's name in that 15. They cowards, man. You can say all you want about me. Fred is hating. Well, Bob Arum's robbing him. Fred's hating. Again, well, Bob Arum's robbing him. Oh, they didn't promote my fight against Amir Khan, the tickets. We probably could have did this. We probably could have did that. I'm telling y'all, all them motherfuckers over there in that clone, in that group, will never, ever make 8 figures. And both of them are pound for pound fighters. And they will never, ever touch 8 figures. Andy Ruiz made in 6 months arguably what Andre Ward made in his entire career. You don't think that's why he told Tyson Fury, hey, go over to the Wembley Stadium. This is what the nigga said. Tried to take money out of Deontay Wilder's pocket. Go take Tyson Fury. No need for a rematch. No need. Take your ass over to the to Wembley Stadium and fight Anthony Joshua, because he had a plan. See, that's some sick shit, dog. That's some sick ass shit. When you purpose, man, that is some sick. The reason why he wanted him to go fight Anthony, because he was mentally preparing to fight Anthony Joshua. Remember, he had a 3-fight plan. All this shit is coming out. And people are afraid to talk about it because they're great fighters. Fuck being a great fighter. Be a greater man. Fuck being a media member. Be a greater man. All these motherfuckers subservient, want to be cool, want to be a great man. There's not many people in the world there's no one like you. But there are very few people in this world afraid to stand up to people because they see them as gods. Oh my God, Andre Ward is a pound for pound best fighter. Well, I guarantee you, if Martin Luther King, if Harriet Tubman knocked on his door and said I had 3 slaves, he wouldn't answer it. You know why? Because his dad is white. The conversation wasn't about his dad being white. The conversation was him about being a strong black man when it's time to be a strong black man. How the hell can he sit 5 feet away, 5 feet across from Terrence Crawford, and just have a casual conversation about race and the fight not being promoted? Andre Ward should have said, well, you know what? You crossed my leg. You know what? The same thing happened in my career. And you know why? Because me and this man named Dan Goosen didn't get along. You know why? Because all those white executives at HBO didn't want me to fight their great white hope. And the only reason they wanted me to fight Sergey Kovalev because they thought he was better. I had to come up in weight. I had to prepare myself 3 times. The motherfuckers threw me on ESPN the same day 3 other fights is on. Dan Raphael told him to his face, made a tweet, made an article. I'd rather go to sleep than watch Andre Ward fight. And then he shakes his hand and works for the same network. I turned down I'm going to say this again because I know I turned down a 6-figure deal from ESPN. Why? Because I wanted to be my own man. And y'all don't get it, don't understand. I don't ever have a desire to ever interview with Andre Ward ever again. People say that I don't thirst for it. I don't thirst ever again to have a conversation with Triple B or anybody like that. I drive this channel. I drive my content. And when it's time, I'm gonna tell you something. When it's time to be black, guess who's gonna be front line in this shit? Guess who called out Kelly Swanson? Me. Guess who can look Floyd Mayweather in the eye and say, no, all lives don't matter. Black lives matter. And boycott is not a synonym for a yacht. Me. Ask Andre Ward about Floyd Mayweather. He gonna tiptoe around that motherfucker. They want us to do this. Niggas using talking first person, nigga. I'm tired of your ass talking in third person. Talking first person. Be a man, nigga. Be a man. You got beautiful family. You have a beautiful wife. Beautiful family. This ain't about his family. This ain't about him being a father. I'm not talking about what he does in his house. I'm talking about what he does in the boxing realm, in the boxing ring. In this squared circle that we call boxing. He's a fraud, man. In my humble opinion, he's a fraud. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? He's a fraud. Because how the hell? Nobody in my circle of influence can ever have a conversation with me about something that dire or that serious and look him across the eye and not, they say, what's the problem? Nigga, the problem is Bob Arum. The problem is Top Rank. The problem is this elitism that's going on in the sport of boxing that you are afraid to tackle. Carissa Shields said it best, dog. You know what? Canelo said it best. Why am I here? For my people. I don't even know Andy Ruiz, but I'm here for my people. He was at my fight, so I'm going to travel 22 motherfucking hours on a plane. I'm going to bring the most beautiful woman in my life, and we going to sit in front row and watch this motherfucking fight. And I'm going to root him on. I'm going to stand up for 12 rounds and tell him to fight. Viva Mexico. But what? We can't say it? Andre Ward, you can't say, well, you know what I mean? They don't treat black people right. I've been on this soapbox for 18 months, and people say I'm hating on him. Bob Arum came out and said that nigga ain't going nowhere. He signed a lifetime contract with me. He gonna retire, and I'm still gonna have the rights to him. And y'all niggas just letting that under the bridge. Ain't no media member gonna talk about that shit this week. You know why? Because they want their credentials. They afraid. They gonna ask everybody else last week and the week before, but they ain't gonna ask that question. Matter of fact, Triple B is not even gonna interview with him. It's not even going to interview with him. It's not even going to interview him. No, it's not. He's not giving you a one-on-one. He's going to walk and talk to you, man. He ain't going to sit down and talk to you. He's wondering why his numbers aren't that great. He's wondering why Bob Arum won't put no money in him. You got to do your part. Media is an obligation as an athlete. It's not a choice. It's an obligation. That's part of the job. Now who you give it to. I mean, you can do as you please. I know my value in this game. I know I moved the meter. 27,000 people wanted to hear my opinion on the Andy Ruiz Anthony Joshua fight. You call it. Numbers, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. That's all I'm saying. I know my value. And I'm telling everybody this, don't ever let no one else minimize your value. Because the most disgusting thing is they actually edited it out. They edited it out when Terrence Crawford, I don't know what he did or what he said, but but in that moment, he had no choice but to say ESPN. He had no choice but to say Bob Arum, but they cut it. Andre Ward never led a question with Top Rank. Never led a question or the conversation with Bob Arum. Listen, They are who they are. They are who they are. Everyone wants to have value. Everyone wants to be relevant. Everyone wants to be appreciated. But I can't, as a man, as a man, I can't look my nigga in the eye and be a patsy. I can't. If I'm in that interview, how can I look Triple B? And I'm gonna tell y'all what Triple B means. It's not disrespectful at all, but I'm gonna tell you what it means. How can I look my that nigga in the eye and not tell him he's being slaughtered, he's being manipulated, he's being robbed when Andre Ward was robbed out of millions of dollars? Man, Andre Ward eats stuffing for Thanksgiving. He don't eat dressing. He eats raw cranberries for Thanksgiving. He don't eat jellied cranberry, dog. He puts whipped cream and marshmallows on his sweet potatoes, on his yams, y'all. I'm telling you, these are facts. He told me in an interview which came out of left field, he said his dad was white. The conversation wasn't about his dad being white. I can play both sides of the fence. My dad is white. I'm going to watch that interview. I haven't watched it. I've only given the interview because I never ever wanted to see Andre Ward in this light because of anyways, man. Andre Ward, man. And he's gonna watch this interview. And that's the reason why he said, well, I didn't talk about race much in my career because you were afraid. Listen, you can tell you, listen, the one thing my son is gonna have is a voice. Period. The one thing he's gonna have is courage. And I believe that's the same thing Andre Ward is instilling in his son. You understand what I'm saying? But when it comes to this thing that we call boxing, Andre Ward has never stood up. Y'all see the thumbnail? The nigga Teddy Atlas called you. You're not even a pound for pound best fighter. At the time, that nigga was 11-1 at the time of that. When he 10-1 or 11-1 when he told Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward, this guy's a pound for pound best fighter. And what they do, they said nothing and took it. You know why? Because they had that emblem and they wanted checks. That shit said ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Shut up and agree with everything the producer says in your ear, or else you're gonna get fired. Right? Meanwhile, Max Kellerman can slap his wife. He can slap his wife and get away with it, right? right. Anyways, man, I guess I'm the realest one because I told ESPN they could suck my dick. I told them I'm not working for you. I didn't have the wealth I had then that I had now. No, I didn't have it, but I believed I was. I believed I was. You understand what I'm saying? I bet on myself. I'm just being 100. I'm being as real as I can be with y'all, man. I was homeless when I got those degrees. I was homeless when I got them motherfuckers for 2 years. For 2 years. Y'all don't get it, dog. Y'all don't get the big picture, the end of it. I can't look Terrence. I can't use my platform and be 50-50 with Terrence Crawford. I can't. The nigga's being robbed. The nigga's being underpromoted. Tyson Fury is getting the fight that's going to make him $20 million. How does that feel, Terrence Crawford? You know why that fight ain't happening, Terrence Crawford? Because Bob Arum ain't holding up his financial end of the deal to fight Errol Spence. He wants Fox and PBC to put up all the money. You're not listening to me, Terrence. I know the truth. I know the truth. That's the truth behind it. If Bob Arum puts up the 50%, the fight will happen. Guaranteed. Now, Bob Arum is going to run and say he wants Sean Porter on a pay-per-view, but he's not going to guarantee Sean Porter and them anything. He's not going to guarantee them. He's going to guarantee them 1.5. Why would they fight 1.5 and he can fight Ivan Redcash? What Danny Garcia is going to do? Barclay? You're gonna get 1.8, 2.3 million to take that fight. Being 100 with you. That's the truth. So Andre Ward, you're not allowed to talk about race in boxing because you never use the word I. He always used the word go. I got about 100 interviews with 50, let's say 50 just to be safe. 50 interviews with Andre Ward. And I led him in the interview. I stood literally right next to the man when I was his ally. And he used the word they when he's talking about Kafti Duva. Kafti Duva called him everything but Andre Ward. Sergey Kovalev called him everything but Andre Ward. The HBO execs called him everything but Andre Ward. You know how I know? Anyways, man. It's just, and we reap what we sow. Isn't it amazing how your character and your habits, don't die. They just reflect your circle of influence. Look at that circle of influence. Shakur Stevenson might quite possibly go through is currently going through the same thing Andre Ward went through. Terrence Crawford is going through the same thing Shakur Stevenson and Andre Ward go through. All them three are going together in the same pod. You know why? Because they're comfortable getting $500,000. Or I'm not counting their money, but what I'm saying is the same reason that I'm speaking out against is the same reason, similar reason why we're mad at Andy Ruiz, because he could have got more. That's the end of the day. He could have got more. All he had to do was make a simple sacrifice. Nothing out of the ordinary for a fighter. And there's nothing out of the ordinary about two quote unquote best fighters in the world of this era afraid to look at Bob Arum and say, he's robbing me. They done disrespected Andre Ward already on the ESPN. Y'all see the thumbnail. They already disrespected him. You know what I mean? I'm proud, man. When I say I'm proud to be who I am, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. I never saw Teofimo Lopez dad calls Shakur Stevenson a nigga. Watch this week. Watch how he treats Teofimo Lopez dad. Watch. He got that ESPN logo on him. He got to do his job. He got to do it. But a man like me, shit, the clip is loaded this week. Y'all better be on my channel. Y'all better be checking every 3 hours. This Fred upload another video because I'm going to tell the truth. And I don't give a damn if they ever talk to me again. See, that's the problem. People are afraid to tell the truth because they want access. Nigga, you are access. Build your platform up. Man, I'm the king of this shit. I'm the king of it. When I say I'm the king of this shit. You read what this shit say. King, and that's how I view myself. Y'all motherfuckers so addicted to views and likes and all that shit. Nah, nigga. I ain't addicted to that. If I was addicted to that shit, I would put out 15 videos a day about everything. Nah, I'm very concentrated. And Andre Ward ought to be ashamed of himself for not mentioning ESPN. Yeah, that's ESPN #1. Bob Arum #2. And systemic racism in boxing #3. How can you have that interview? Anyways, man, y'all not ready for this. Y'all not ready for this, man. Y'all not ready. And watch Andre Ward just tuck his tail this week. He gonna tuck his tail and he gonna hold his hand just like this and be politically correct like Stephen A. Smith. He ain't gonna stand up and shout. He got a platform right now. He don't need ESPN. He can have his own podcast and be bigger. My boxing platform is bigger than Dan Raphael. Bigger. I'm being real. Dan Raphael can't do a post-fight reaction and get 20,000 people live in his live chat. I can. Why? Because people value my truth. They don't value my opinion. They value my truth. Anyways, man, y'all HBO, ESPN suckers, go ahead. HBO and ESPN has never been fair, and they've proven themselves that way. The witch hunt on Floyd Mayweather. They did a witch hunt on Floyd Mayweather. Meanwhile, Max Kellerman has a job. He admittedly slapped his wife. Y'all don't hear me, though. They took down Shakur Stevenson when he went in on Bob Arum and ESPN. They took that shit down, and they edited that interview. And And that goes to show you Andre Ward doesn't have producer credit on that. He's not the lead producer. He's the interviewee. He's the interviewee. Whatever. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.